Prince Harry's Invictus Games is now under fire by soldiers themselves. Also, Senebale is being forced to fire their UK office. This isn't very charitable, Harry. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor. I'm a little late to this story, I'll admit, but News Nation just brought it back up, and I was kind of shocked. This is from a couple days ago. I was kind of shocked to see this. I mean, let's be clear. Actually, I'm not shocked. I've had a lot of people tell me that soldiers were starting to feel more and more upset with Harry and Meghan as distractions and Invictus Games. But now we have a soldier coming out hard against the duo. And there's an update, because I know a lot of people were reporting on this a while ago, but there is an update where this account has seemingly been erased from Twitter. We're going to get to that in a second. Before we get to, I want to play this News Nation clip because I want to confirm this was real, and they're reporting that it is.
Harry and Meghan Markle facing criticism as members of the Invictus Games Foundation reveal a growing frustration with the royal couple. Let's bring in our News Nation entertainment expert, Paula Froelich, here with the scoop. Hello, friend. This is a former major in the British Army. He's well respected. He's part of the intelligence corps. He's called out the royal couple, labeling them as narcissists. Break it down for us, Paula.
It is. So this week on Twitter, Edward Fortescue, who's a former major, as you mentioned, came out lambasting the couple. And I get it. Here's what he said. He said, the wounded veterans of Invictus are done, utterly and irrevocably done with Harry and his wife. They've seen war. They've faced death.
She skipped it. And that fame-hungry parasite he married, she edited it.
Dragged their broken bodies through.
They've seen war. They've faced death. They've dragged their broken bodies through the fire and blood.
And now they are expected to play supporting roles in the grotesque theater of two narcissists desperate for applause. Now, these are fighting words, Hannah. It's really kind of rough, but
no, it's not rough. It's true. Let's read it all in its glory. Sadly, I went to try to go to Edward's account. His whole account has been blocked. Did the Sussex squad get to him? Like, look at this. His whole account is gone. And you click on over, doesn't exist. Not just the tweet, the whole account. And I went through. This was a real account. He had like 7,000 followers. This was clearly not some bot. And a lot of photos of himself, like this was a dude, clearly there. Anyway, thankfully here, HRH, thank you, salute for archiving this. So there we go, fame-hungry parasite he married. They faced death, the bodies, and now they're expected to play in the grotesque theater of two narcissists desperate for applause. Meghan Markle is not a humanitarian. She is a scavenger, circling the sacred with cameras in tow, draped in designer grief and counterfeit empathy. She turns every solemn tribute into a photo opportunity, every scar into a set piece. The woman wouldn't know sacrifice if it bled out in front of her. And as for Harry, he had once earned our respect, but he sold it for a docuseries and a podcast that even Spotify couldn't stomach. He abandoned his regime, his regiment, his family, his queen, then came crawling back to the very veterans he left behind, hoping their heroism might cover the stench of his cowardice. But the veterans see through him now. He's no brother in arms. He's a cautionary tale. The games were built by warriors, forged in agony, sanctified by those who've suffered beyond imagining. They are not a red carpet for grifters, nor a stage for Meghan's endless performances of self-infatuation. Invictus must cast them out, not politely, not discreetly, ruthlessly, because every second they remain near this sacred institution is a second too long. Our wounded deserve dignity, not drama, service, not spectacle, honor, not Harry. Enough. Whoo! Spot on. Grifters of the century, both of them. I mean, man, this guy did not hold back, and I can't deny it. I've heard this. I absolutely have heard this from as I was working on the doc and others. It was just very hard to get the soldiers to come forward, because soldiers typically don't want to speak ill of people. They're very polite, and they've been polite to Harry because there is an argument to be made, well, he's still spotlighting people. And that's always what I would come up against when I talk to people who didn't like him or didn't like Meghan, but were like, well, but the greater good is still worth it, is what they would think. But now, as we see what he's doing with Senebale, It's harder and harder to justify it. Harry's now, the whole UK office staff, except for one employee, has now been fired because Senebale is struggling now that Harry and the other prince have left. And they're obviously struggling because of Prince Harry and Prince Siso's drama that they've created, because Dr. Sophie wouldn't just say, Meghan Markle is the best and there's no issue. She didn't want to create any drama. She didn't want to get involved. Meghan creates the drama. Nobody else wants to go there. This isn't a charity for Meghan. This was supposed to be about these kids, Harry. And now he's going to go create a competing charity, which will clearly affect these kids in ways, and the people who've done the charity work. Everyone has to suffer because of Prince Harry's ego. It is disgusting. He's making it about himself and not about the organization. I would want to give to an organization that's a figurehead for some redheaded prince. Like, as if you've done anything, Harry. You were married into it. You're born into it, rather. You're born into it. Thank your lucky stars you were born into that, and you should have been grateful you were born into it, and you should have done what you had to do to stay in it. And now, because you want your cake and you want to eat it too, and I'm sick of it. And all this idea that, well, he's so charitable. No, he's not. This is all distraction to make him look better, in my opinion. I really firmly believe this. And seeing now he's going to let Senebale burn and just sort of gleefully watch it all get destroyed, and people lose their jobs, and the poor kids who rely on this to suddenly not get the same kind of support that they once did. Why? Because you don't like who's running it now? Because she didn't support Meghan? That's sick, man. How do I know you're protecting these kids? Any press release I see is blaming her and defending yourself. It's never about the damn children. Dr. Sophie's made several quotes about how it's about the people on the ground that do this, the people who are really doing the work to help these kids. And you show up for a few photo ops once in a while. And even she had to pull you out to come back to do the photo ops. It is just so disturbing the way he uses charity as a shield to make himself look better, to prop him and his wife up as if they're, it's sickening. And then meanwhile, they're spending all this money and time trademarking the Archwell Foundation, years and years of trying to own this dumb name so they can own it, so they can own their charity name, which is just like, for what? The organization that you take money, other people's money, and then give that money away to other people. Yeah, good. Make sure you own that, because you got to make sure you own it. I can't even with these two. So this is why did this guy get shut down? Is it the Sussex Squad? Is it the Sugars? Did they get to him? It's kind of disturbing and distressing to see that they're able to do this. And so shame on that. We got to figure out a way to get this guy back on, because what he said is so spot on. I'd love to get Edward on, figure this out. If anybody has a leading to him or knows more, let us know, keep you updated. But to see this now gone, to see this man stand up and then get shut down and censored like this, shameful, shameful. More people need to speak up, not more people going silent. And somebody needs to step up and start helping Senebale now that Harry's not involved. How do we do that? We need to do like a fundraiser for Senebale to raise some real funds for them to help, to show that they don't need Prince Harry. A whole marketing campaign to show that, like, we've got rid of the dead weight and focus on the kids. My God, it could be brilliant. We need to figure out ways to do it. Who wants to help me? How do we do this? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Hit us up. In the meanwhile, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for all alerts, smash that thumbs up as well, and leave your comments down below. I want to hear your thoughts. We're live right now over on Popcorn Planet. Hope to see you there if you want to join us. Thank you guys so much for watching here on Popcorn Palace. A lot more is coming your way.